When it comes to Formula One, there are moments that transcend the ordinary boundaries of sport and become defining chapters in its long, illustrious history. The 2025 Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort turned into one such chapter, thanks to Max Verstappen. The reigning champion, already a global superstar and a national hero in the Netherlands, delivered a performance so dominant and emotionally charged that it left even the hard-to-impress Red Bull team speechless. The home crowd, painted in a sea of orange, witnessed Verstappen push the limits of man and machine, combining raw pace, flawless strategy, and unshakable mental strength to create a performance that will be remembered for decades. While Red Bull has celebrated countless victories in its successful Formula One journey, this particular race etched a new mark in its history, not just for the win but for the manner in which Verstappen achieved it. A homecoming like no other. For Verstappen, Zandvoort isn't just another track on the calendar, it's sacred ground. Every Dutch Grand Prix since the circuit's return to the F1 calendar in 2021 has felt like a festival, but 2025's edition surpassed all expectations. Tens of thousands of fans filled the circuit, their chants echoing across the North Sea dunes, armed with flares, flags, and an overwhelming sense of national pride. From the moment Verstappen stepped onto the grid, the atmosphere was electric. He carried not just the weight of expectation but also the love and trust of an entire nation. For most drivers, such pressure can be suffocating. For Verstappen, it was fuel. A weekend of challenges. Though the final result painted a picture of dominance, Verstappen's path to victory was far from straightforward. The weekend began with uncertainty as Red Bull struggled during free practice sessions. Ferrari and McLaren appeared sharper, particularly in high downforce sections of the track. Questions began to circulate. Could Verstappen's dream of delivering yet another Dutch GP triumph falter under pressure? Saturday's qualifying session only added to the suspense. Verstappen secured pole position, but just by a razor-thin margin. Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris were breathing down his neck, and analysts predicted that tire wear and unpredictable coastal weather could tilt the balance. Behind the scenes, Red Bull engineers worked relentlessly to fine-tune the RB21, but even team principal Christian Horner admitted the weekend felt unusually tense. "We knew Max had something special, but the margins were tighter than we're used to," Horner later said. He carried the weight of this weekend on his shoulders. The race. Verstappen at his absolute best. When the 5 lights went out on Sunday, Verstappen exploded off the line with his trademark precision. Yet, the opening laps quickly descended into chaos as Norris pushed aggressively, and Leclerc attempted to stay glued to Verstappen's gearbox. The defining feature of Verstappen's race, however, was not just raw speed, it was his composure. Every corner, every braking point, and every acceleration seemed perfectly calculated. On lap 18, when light drizzle began to fall, Verstappen showcased why he is widely regarded as one of the most complete drivers in Formula One. While others hesitated on tire choices, he communicated with pinpoint clarity to his engineers, requesting a slightly earlier pit stop. The decision proved crucial, as he switched to intermediates just before the rain intensified. The timing allowed Verstappen to pull away, building a gap that none of his rivals could close. It was like he was driving on another planet, one Red Bull engineer confessed afterward. By lap 40, the RB21 looked untouchable in Verstappen's hands. Fans could hardly believe the consistency of his lap times, as if he had memorized the circuit's every bump and grain of asphalt. Every time Norris attempted to close the gap, Verstappen responded with laps that were not just faster but psychologically crushing. Red Bull left speechless. Red Bull has grown accustomed to Verstappen's brilliance, yet the Dutch GP reminded the world, and the team itself, that even legends can still surprise. Horner, normally articulate in his praise, struggled to describe the performance. "Honestly, I'm running out of words," he said in a post-race interview. Max didn't just win today, he redefined what winning looks like. The precision, the control, the connection with the crowd, it left all of us speechless. Helmut Marko, known for his tough and blunt assessments, echoed the sentiment. Max drove with perfection, he admitted. There was not a single mistake, not even a hint of doubt. This was one of the greatest drives I've ever seen in Formula One. Even rival teams acknowledged Verstappen's brilliance. Ferrari boss Frédéric Vasseur remarked, "We gave everything, but today was Max's day." He was operating on a completely different level. The emotional connection with the fans. The Dutch Grand Prix isn't just about racing, it's a cultural phenomenon. The sight of thousands of orange-clad fans creating a wall of passion has become iconic. This time, however, the connection between Verstappen and his supporters reached new heights. As Verstappen crossed the finish line, fireworks lit up the cloudy sky, and flares painted the circuit in a glowing orange haze. Verstappen's voice cracked with emotion on the team radio. "This is for all of you, thank you, thank you." Fans wept, hugged, and cheered, fully aware they were witnessing history. For the Dutch, Verstappen isn't just an athlete, he is a symbol of national pride, resilience, and excellence. A historic legacy in the making. The win in Zandvoort added another layer to Verstappen's already glittering legacy. It wasn't just his 65th career victory, it was a statement that he continues to evolve, refusing to rest on past successes. Formula One historians compared the performance to Ayrton Senna's iconic wins at Monaco, or Michael Schumacher's wet weather masterclasses. What made Verstappen's drive special wasn't just the technical execution, but the context, the immense pressure of racing in front of a home crowd, the championship battle still alive, and the expectation that he must deliver perfection every single time. The bigger picture for Red Bull. For Red Bull Racing, Verstappen's Dutch GP triumph wasn't just another victory, it was reassurance. After a season where McLaren and Ferrari had closed the performance gap, questions were rising about whether Red Bull could maintain dominance. Verstappen's display silenced those doubts, proving that even when the team faces challenges, his brilliance can carry them forward. Analysts pointed out that this race may very well be a turning point in the championship battle. Momentum, confidence, and morale, intangibles that often define title fights, swung firmly in Red Bull's favor. Looking ahead, Verstappen's Dutch GP heroics now set the stage for the remaining races of the season. Rivals will no doubt regroup, strategize, and hope for weaknesses, but Verstappen has shown time and again that he thrives under pressure. The road ahead is long, with circuits like Monza, Singapore, and Suzuka offering very different challenges. Yet, if the Dutch Grand Prix taught us anything, it is that Verstappen is not simply racing to win titles, he is racing to etch his name deeper into the history books.